Hi, welcome to Back to School Night virtual style. My name is Mrs. Sims,
I'm Mrs. Lewis.
and we are two of the sixth grade core teachers here on the Winston Churchill campus. Yay, we're back!
And is this already me?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, I could just continue. Okay. Okay.
All right. Tonight we're going to be sharing our back to school night presentation virtually with you here, but we will also upload a PDF of all this information to our teacher websites. So if you can't see anything or you want to go back to it, don't worry. We'll make sure that that's available for you. The first thing we want you guys to know is that email is the best way to get a hold of us with any sort of questions that you might have about what's happening in the classroom. Another great thing that we want to make sure everyone knows is that we're really trying to push for our sixth graders to advocate for themselves. So if the student is having a question, comment, or concern, we really push that they are contacting us first. But of course, if there's any issues, you may always email us. This also reminds you of those required elements that students need to have in class every single day, as well as classroom donations that we are taking throughout the school year. In order to get to our teacher websites, you would go to Winston Churchill Middle School's website. You can just Google it and scroll down until you find the teacher website button seen here. And if you click on it, it's going to take you right to a list of all of the teachers' names. And again, find our names and our websites, and that presentation will be there for you.
Here at Winston Churchill Middle School, we are an IB school, an International Baccalaureate school, and we are here to teach the whole child. So the big picture idea with the IB programs is to help our children know how to not just learn curriculum, but also be good citizens to our globe and be a part of our future. So we teach about the IB learner profile traits, about how to be an inquirer, to be knowledgeable, to be caring, open-minded, and we connect these to all of our assignments and projects.
Our students have a copy of the learner profile right now in their binders or their classroom folders, depending on their classes, and it does show all 10 traits there. We also have these posters up in our classroom.
And we also have an IB mission statement that we follow. The district has a mission statement, and so does Winston Churchill Middle School, but we also follow the IB mission statement. And we just wanted to kind of point out one of the most important parts of it is that the program encourages students across the world to become active, compassionate, and lifelong learners who understand that other people with their differences can also be right, which is very important during these times.
Especially in our sixth grade history classes, we teach about a lot of different cultures and time periods, and so we will be using the mission statement constantly with our content. Next, we have given our students the grading policies already. Again, it's going to be a blue piece of paper in the reference section of their binder or their classroom folder. We have already reviewed the grading policies with most of our classes. A few of them might still be getting this lesson in the next couple of days. We explain to our students that in middle school, things are very different when it comes to grades. Every assignment is worth points. If it's something small, it's worth fewer points. Larger, more time-consuming projects and essays done in class will be worth more points. Everything goes into the online grade book, and they will get an academic letter grade for the year. And you can see the breakdown for how we equate the percentages of how many points they earned out of how many points total. We'll then give them that final letter grade. We do have a late work policy that we're also discussing with our students. It talks about things like independent studies. If you're going to be out of town for a long period of time, that must go through the office and primarily Mrs. Link, one of our school counselors. We also share that real late work is when we have something small like a homework assignment and we just don't have it to turn in on a Friday, and that might get turned in on a Monday or Tuesday. We've broken down with our students each quarter. The late work policy gets a little bit stricter. Right now we know that they have a big transition coming into middle school, so we're really supporting those students with their organization and getting their assignments in on time. Even though our students don't have the official planner from Winston Churchill yet, we've already started doing homework board every Monday. We lay out all of the assignments for the week, classwork and or homework that they'll be responsible for. And we've also discussed that by the end of the school year, we actually stop taking late work, but it's going to build gradually, as you can see, over the 4 quarters. We also talk about how projects that are long-term projects have a different late work policy. So if you are absent the day before a big project is due that we've been working on, say for a month or two, that doesn't grant you an extension to that due date. But of course, if a student is out on the day a project's due, we don't expect them to come to school sick to turn in that project. We completely understand. So again, all of these items can be found in your student's binder, and we'll make sure that this is also linked on our website.
We also have our year-long overview, and we have it broken down by program. So we have first the diplomat program, and we've listed by subject, English and history, different projects and units that we will be focusing on this year. And then we have our ambassador program as well. They're very similar in the topics, especially in the units, just some different novels that are read, and you'll be able to see what fits for each here. And we will have this on our website as well.
Yeah, and this is just a general guide for what we're hoping to achieve. We do understand that coming back to school after being virtual for so long, we might have to adjust this plan. But this just kind of gives you an idea of the big topics and types of writing and things that we'll be working on. We have something that's called the assignment score sheet for both our English and our history classes. So all of our students will get to see these. They've actually already been handed their 4 assignment score sheets for the school year. This is where we help students understand why they're earning the grade that they're earning. So we'll be using the online student portal platform for them to see. But this is also a way when we're passing back graded work. We do not pass back graded work every single day as we grade things. Instead, we'll collect quite a few assignments, and those papers would be passed out typically every 2 to 3 weeks once we have a few assignments graded. We don't want to waste classroom time, so we'll get a good collection, then we'll pass them out. We'll show students how to use these sheets, so we have every assignment listed. They'll understand how many points were possible, how many points they earned. This is also a great time for them to realize, like, oh my gosh, I was sick, I didn't turn this in, or it's a no-name paper and I can still turn it in to get full credit. Or maybe it's one of those assignments that they did it and they just never turned it in. So that way we can get students to realize, oh my gosh, I need to turn this into the late basket.
And maybe I'm not as organized as I thought I was, which we also have taken some time in class to organize their binders for not just our 2 classes, but for also all of their classes. So hopefully you noticed a difference in their binders, unless they were already perfectly organized. We have already kind of mentioned in class, oh, it looks like maybe you're not as organized. Let's help out with how to fix this. So this assignment score sheet really does kind of help them see, did I just shove that homework assignment into the wrong spot?
Yeah, typically the biggest issue we have in 6th grade core is really just organization. The transition from elementary school to middle school is really, really hard, having 6 different teachers, 6 different classes, and no actual desk because they come and go from 6 different desks as well. So this will help them stay organized and also understand why they're earning those grades that they are earning.
There's also a lost and found in every teacher classroom. So that's an important thing for them to know, that if they've lost something, they should check in every classroom, not just where they think they might have left it.
Yeah. As Mrs. Sims was talking about earlier, we are an IB school, which comes with certain things that we're going to be following. One of the gifts of the IB is actually their rubrics. So you'll see a similar rubric actually in all of your students' classes. All of the subjects have 4 different rubrics that they will be using throughout the year. Now, these are going to be for larger final assessments. So this would be for a large project or an essay, something of that nature. We will have these rubrics starting to be used in the next few weeks. Yeah. Right now, we're still using kind of those traditional, just number scores. The IB rubrics are going to be something that have really high level vocabulary. And every time we give students a rubric at the start of a project or essay, we will break down exactly what the student expectation is, because as you can see, the IB language is really intense. So we will always have students handwrite in or highlight where we've added in additional notes for, well, what does that actually mean for me on this particular project?
So look for those notes, because if not, then they might not be understanding what the project is about.
Yeah. All right. Well, we thank you so much for coming to our back to school night video. And again, we really do urge you, because we would normally have so many questions if we were in person, and we would be probably still talking to you if we were in person. So please, please, please feel free to email us if you have any questions or you just want to check in. I know that we got to speak with some of you at the sixth grade web parent meeting. And like we said, then you are your child's advocate, and contacting us, we have about 130 students, each of us. So if one assignment is missed, we're not going to be instantly emailing you, letting you know. So please make sure that you contact us if you have any questions about anything we talked about tonight, or really just sixth grade core in general.
Yeah, and checking in with your student at least weekly to see a planner page. Like Mrs. Lewis said, we have printed out planner pages that they should be filling out in all of their classes. And once they really get their planner, it should be a weekly or daily activity with you and your child, just to kind of get them off on the right foot, at least for the first quarter-ish. Maybe even into the second quarter, depending on your student and how organized they are. Organization is key. We've said it so many times. So thank you so much for all your support, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you soon.
Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night.